Alright, so we are in geometry. Today's date is Tuesday, April 30th. It's our last day in April before it turns into May. April 30th, 2019. Alright, so we're solving quadratics via factoring today. So each of these lessons is solving quadratics in some way, either factoring or graphing. There are generally two steps whenever I factor. Who can remember what they are? Every single time you factor, India knows. Who else knows? There's only two steps. Even in Algebra 2, there's still two steps when it comes to factoring. There's maybe one tiny case, right, Chewy? What are the two cases, or the two steps? Go for it, India. Let's go for both of them. There it is, yeah. So the first one is factor out the GCF. Factor out the GCF. Breaking?
Yeah, it's been the middle's cracking.
Oh, I wonder what happened. Oh, it got wet.
Where's all the golf pencils?
No one returned them, so we're out of pencils. Factor out the GCF and then advanced Ninja Star.
Can I borrow a pen?
You may not.
Why?
Because here are some pencils.
Did Amelia ruin it for us? Thanks a lot, Amelia.
Jaden, I don't have to keep warning you. I'm just going to start taking marbles and deducting HP. You're about to die, by the way, Jaden, so...
Hey, HP blocked again. I'll block again.
You blocked again?
Yep.
Oh, you're at 45.
Ooh, I proved you wrong.
Okay, I don't think Colby can block anymore. He's out of AP.
That's fine, I have like 45.
Alright, well, let's just keep it up. So... Alright, thank you, India. Sorry about that.
Jen, you want to get me a deal?
I don't have any more.
I think I got both of them now. Yep. Oh no. Okay, weird. I don't know why this is not going through. Alright, so again, I'm going to be factoring, but this time I have this set equal to 0, so this assumes that you know the zero product property. So, advanced Ninja Star. Off to the right-hand side. Someone help me set up the advanced Ninja Star. Bev Cheetos. Thank you, Beverly. And now I have your card. All right, so after Beverly set this up, we need to now solve the advanced Ninja Star. Who can solve? I need something times something equals -5, something plus something equals -4. What are the answers here? One person knows. Two people know. Three people know. Four people. Brian.
5 times what?
5 times 1, and which one of them is going to be negative?
1.
-1 like that? Ooh, careful. So they should add to -4, so the bigger one should be negative.
5.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Brian. All right. And I need someone to rewrite this equation now. This equation now turns into what? I've factored it. Sam? Yeah, thank you, Sam. So we turn this x squared minus 4x plus 5, or minus 5 into x minus 5 times x plus 1. That is still being set equal to 0. And now this is like an old-fashioned zero product property problem. Lots of p's in that sentence. Where I say if one thing times another thing is equal to 0, then both of those things can be 0, potentially. So I need to turn this into two problems. So everyone make your two arrows. We'll say these are the two different problems that you have. One problem, x minus 5 could potentially be 0. The other one is that x plus 1 could also potentially be 0. And then I solve for both of these. Quiet raised hand, what are the solutions for x? Colby?
X equals 5 and X equals
There they are. Let's box them. Thank you, Colby. All right, so it's just combining our knowledge of Advanced Ninja Star, our knowledge of zero product property. We know both of these. Now we're putting them together in this lesson. Let's try another one. This one is going to be a little bit trickier because we didn't have to do step 1 when we factor. Now we actually have to do step 1. So, what is step 1 and what is that thing that I'm trying to find? Beverly, go for it. Yep. And what is the greatest common factor? Okay, so I'm going to factor that out. 2. And do you want to do the rest, Beverly, or do you want to give it to someone else? Yeah, thank you. All right, Beverly did all 3 of those things. She knew that we were looking for the greatest common factor. She found the greatest common factor as 2 and then factored out the greatest common factor. Again, factoring out the greatest common factor means I'm dividing each of these 3 terms by 2. 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. 12x divided by 2 is 6x. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And that greatest common factor 2 goes out front. Next, I'm going to do Advanced Ninja Star. So again, make your Advanced Ninja Star. Another quiet raised hand. Help me set up the Advanced Ninja Star. India.
The top, the very top is going to be 9, and then the 2 sides of the top are going to be X, and then the very bottom is going to be 6.
Perfect, thank you, India. Now I need someone to solve that. Oh man, I need to get caught up here on XP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 9, 10. You guys got an extra one. All right, now I need to solve this Advanced Ninja Star problem. What goes on the left? What goes on the right? Emily, go for it. There it is, yeah, 3 and 3. Which means, Emily, I'm going to have 2 times the quantity of what times what? Yeah, an x plus 3. Yeah, thank you, Emily. And Emily's marble. All right. I'm going to pause here in the middle of this problem. Ask me questions. If there are no questions, then we're going to move on. Questions, questions. All right. So from here, zero product property. What things could potentially be 0? Set them to 0. Can there be a quiet raised hand to tell me what to write down? Sam, go for it. Okay. Yeah, and since they're both the same answer, I'm only going to box one of them because saying the same answer twice it's repetitive. We don't want to say it twice. So yeah, just x is -3. There's only one answer in this case, which is pretty unique. Thank you, Sam. And Sam's mom. India.
What about the times 2 on the other side of the parentheses? What do you do with that?
Ah, yeah, so that's a really good question. So this 2 could never potentially be 0. So there's 2 answers. The first answer is I'm only going to set the things that could potentially be 0. 2 can never be 0 because 2 is 2. That's the first way that I'll answer. The second way is you can think of this as dividing both sides by 2. So if I divide this side by 2 and divide this side by 2, the 2 cancel out and 0 divided by 2 is 0. So the 2 kind of goes away. So it's up to you guys how you want to think of it. I like to think of it as the 2 can never be 0, so don't worry about it. Only set things that could potentially be 0. Things that have a variable. Yeah, good question. All right, other questions before we move on to example 3? Example 3 is going to be one that you're going to be doing by yourselves or in groups, and then we'll be done with the notes. Again, you're going to be doing step 1 and step 2 for factoring. There is going to be a GCF. No questions? All right, yeah, go ahead and begin. You can work by yourself or in group. We're back. Example number 3. What was the greatest common factor, Colby?
3.
3, and when you factor out the greatest common factor, you get
3 parentheses x squared minus x minus 6 parentheses 0.
perfect. Thank you, Colby. And my alt tab is not working. And Colby is leveled up. All right, once I factor out 3, the next step is to do what? I have not heard today from Cheyenne, Oscar, Aurelio, Atziri, Leo, Chewy, or Jaden. You guys still have cards. Oscar, go for it.
You do the ninja star.
All right, and how do I set that up?
You put -6 on the button
Okay,
and -1 on the button.
okay,
And put x on
perfect.
sides.
Yeah, thank you, Oscar. I now have Oscar's card, and I forgot to do Oscar and Colby's marble. Colby, Oscar, good. All right. Someone solved the Advanced Ninja Star. Someone that hasn't participated yet today. Cheyenne.
Wait.
-3 and 2. And that turns this into 3 times the quantity of... And thank you, Cheyenne. And now I have Cheyenne's card. And finally, well, I guess not quite finally, but the next step is to turn this into 2 different problems. What are those 2 problems? I'm looking for someone that hasn't participated. Leo.
X minus 3 equals 0.
And
X plus 2 is 0.
perfect. Thank you, Leo. And last chance to participate. My final answer, someone brand new. I will cold call on someone brand new if I need to. Aurelio, go for it.
No, I don't know what to do after that.
You don't know. How do I solve this equation?
Oh, x. So x equals 3
And
and x equals -2.
there it is. Yeah, thank you, Aurelio. And now I have your card as well. Again, if you did not turn in your participation card, please do that at the very end.
You forgot the negative.
Oh, man. Thank you. Who else was raising their hand over there? Was it Oscar? India? Just you?
Yeah.
All right, so Sam caught a teacher error, which is XP. Oscar caught a teacher error, which is XP and extra credit. And Aurelio got a point over here in Classroom Dojo. He is back to a positive. Nice. All right, yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Please write a quick summary, maybe something to review, zero product property or the steps for factoring. Again, there wasn't anything quite new. It's just combining 2 things that we have already done before. All right, the homework is already online on Khan Academy. There are 2 homework assignments. I think there are 2. Maybe they're just 1. And then the paper homework assignment has already been handed out. So please work on your summary now.